Okay, next I'm going to show you the grid view in Security Onion. So you can navigate to the grid view by just going back to the hamburger menu here, just kind of navigating down, clicking grid, and it should be displayed. The grid view is Security Onion platform's health and sensor management interface. Basically what it does, it provides a centralized view of every node in deployment, basically what role each node plays, whether its services are running, and whether data is flowing through the pipeline as expected. As an analyst, you might not be going to this every day. You'd probably honestly be just navigating to this if something's not working correctly. But it's possible that maybe one of your sensor engineers or your platform team might not be immediately available. And by navigating through this, you can probably provide a more accurate picture to them. Maybe if you're using a platform like ServiceNow, you can have a more accurate description of when we put in a ticket. So for the top level node up here, some things you want to know. First, the ID, that's just going to be the host name of the Security Onion node. Next would be the role. So this, depending on your install, what you chose, it could say standalone, manager, search, sensor fleet. Basically, just be how it's functioning, what its purpose is of that particular node. Next is be the address, which is going to be the IP address of that node. Um, Another important thing to draw your attention to is the EPS. That stands for events per second. This basically just indicates whether data is still flowing to the pipeline. So if this is low or zero, that's going to be of concern. That's going to be the amount of memory usage. CPU usage. Age is also important, so that's going to be how long the node's been running since the last boot. In this case, it's 2 months, so it's been running a while since the last reboot. Lastly, the status. So this will let you know whether the overall health, the overall node health, right, whether it's healthy or not. Um, this can say reboot, so in my case it does. This isn't really a concern. It basically just states that there's an update that is pending. Basically, this is just perfectly normal. Next, if you want to see some more detailed information, you can click this drop down. Well, this will tell you some interesting information, such as the earliest PCAP, which is basically this display here is the timestamp of the oldest PCAP capture that's available on disk. Why this is useful is that any PCAP request before this timestamp is going to fail because there are no PCAPs stored older than that on disk. Last heard from right here. That's going to be the timestamp of the last heartbeat received from this node. So this can show you if maybe you've lost connectivity to the manager. The process status. This is the overall status of the monitor processes on the node. Anything other than OK here is going to warrant your attention. You're probably going to want to escalate that to your platform team. Elasticsearch status and connection status. So the connection status is going to be the node to manager connectivity. The Elasticsearch status is going to be the health of the Elasticsearch cluster on this node. Another thing to look at is the OS uptime. So in this case, it's 13 days. And that's just basically how long the system's been running. Last sync, um, that is going to be basically uh, should be recent within minutes, ideally. And it's the last time that the node has synced configuration from the manager. So if this is higher than expected, it could indicate a stale sync, and it might indicate a configuration management issue. So something you want to kind of monitor. Next, draw your attention to the container status panel. So something that's just good to know. Security Onion is 3.0, from what I understand. It runs all its platform components as Docker containers. This container status panel shows the health of these Docker containers, as well as their names. So all these containers should show a status of running their normal operations. If it shows anything different, that's going to be something be concerning. Um, and you may want to restart that particular container, which should hopefully correct that issue. So another way of looking at the health of these status containers, you can actually pull up your terminal as well, and you can enter the sudo so status command. So you have to obviously be SSH'd into your node, but as long as you're doing that, you can run this command, and you can see a very similar output as you did in the web GUI. If you do need to restart a particular container, let's say one of these didn't say running, You can run the restart command. So you just do so-tac and then whatever. Um, so-tac, whatever the actual service container is. In this case, we're going to try to restart telegraph, and then just do tac restart. And this is going to restart that container. And after a few minutes, that'll restart and it should show as being healthy. So that's a grid view as a nutshell. Hopefully you learned something from this lesson.